What's up, everybody? It's your boy Chris Rush. All right, I have not been consistent with these videos, but I'm gonna jump right into it. Once again, I'm making these videos because I do believe that it is important that we understand and we preserve. As Christians, we're supposed to be light, shine a light on lies and on the truth, and preserve what is good and godly, and so I believe politics is part of that. So I'm commentating, and I want to help my people, not just black people, but my people, young people, everybody, anyone who's watching this, my people. So here's a question that I think needs to be cleared up. Who cares about the poor, Republicans or Democrats? Who cares about the poor? Okay, before I answer that question, I want to preface this with this, that is it the government's job to take care of the poor? And I believe that's not so. That is not the government's job to take care of the poor. Now, is it good when the government helps the poor or something like that? Of course it is. But is it the government's job necessarily to help the poor? No. Whose job is there to help the poor, you may say? It is, I believe, churches, organizations, neighborhoods, people out of the goodness of their heart. That the responsibility lies on um, those individuals. This is why churches and nonprofits and things like that get tax exemptions from the government because they are going to do a better job at helping the poor than government, and mostly they have. But when the church does not do their job in taking care of the poor, then then the government has to do it, and it just gets worse. But let's go to, well, which party? Now, Democrats would tell you that they care about the poor. But I want to tell you something that's clear as day. They are not really caring much really about the poor. It's more so they pander to the poor, or they say that they care about the poor so they can sound compassion. They're not really caring about economics, that anything that can help the poor. They're not caring really about a mind frame that can help them get out of poverty. But it's more so government um, handouts for EBT food stamps. Now, before anyone gets crazy, I have seen people who have been on those things that needed that. I've actually have watched of kids and over the years and stuff like that, and have used their mother's EBT to help their kid out because I might have been watching them for a period of time and stuff like that. But and so yes, are there some people out there that need that help? Absolutely yes, perfectly. But I actually know if anyone's honest out there who lives in the you know who knows that there are a lot of people who are abusing EBT, who are living off that, who won't get better. I remember talking to a young man um, about the difference between Republican and Democrat, and I talked about how Democrats, they continue with the EBT and stuff like that. Republicans try to say, hey, we need to cut back on this, and we need to figure it out. And he actually said, that's crazy. Where does that money come from? And that's the point. The money comes from somebody, and it comes from other taxpayers and people who are paying it. And yes, there are mothers and single mothers who can't afford blah blah blah, but there are a lot of people abusing the system. And so when we say who cares about the poor, I believe the Republican Party as a platform says this. Listen, we want to provide a way that the poor can that can help the poor, meaning that if we do not overburden jobs or businesses, then they're able to hire more people of lower class to work. Now the Democrats say, hey, the Republicans or the rich people or something, they're your problem. They're your problem. These people have all the money there to catch your problem. And does that help you get out of poverty? If you just say, hey, the billionaires have your money. If you say that and blame all these people got tax breaks, all these rich people, is that really going to help that person get money or get out of poverty? No. But what would help them is what I believe is the a conservative platform of saying, hey, listen, you could be an entrepreneur, you could be a millionaire, you can have the American dream in that sense of financial dream if you invest, if you work hard, if you save, if we could help you not pay crazy taxes and you're able to save to do any of that. Now, last point I'll try to make real quick. Republicans want people to get out of it. Democrats blame. and say that the reason they're poor is for different. Now, what I want to say is a quick example. My last 30 seconds is that when a young, let's just pretend that a small business owner has a shop and he wants to hire somebody who doesn't even have a job, who's looking for a job. But if he's forced to pay $15 an hour, or he's forced with heavy taxes on his small business, he may be very reluctant to hire that guy because he cannot afford it. But if we help that guy by not taxing him crazy, I'm talking about kind of more small business owners, and if we help that guy by not forcing him to make him pay $15, but figure out what's the best wage that he can afford it. So if he offers him 11 or 9 or 8, if whatever, at least that guy has a job, and at least, but better that than nothing, right? So, all right, that's my quick little 5 minute video, or now about 6 minutes of who cares for the poor. If you have any questions or anything you want to talk about, comment, and I'll hit it in my next video. Thanks.